Hey everyone, Jason here, digital marketing consultant, and in this real-world sales funnel case study, you're going to get a complete breakdown of our newest funnel, the only 3 pieces of software that we're using to build and run the whole thing, along with how you can swipe your competitors' best ad and funnel ideas. So timestamp table of contents in the description, along with some other tutorials to help you actually build and replicate what you're about to see, including a video that goes step by step to actually building the first part of what this funnel is. So we'll go ahead and kick things off with how you can get some ideas for what the heck you should be selling, what to put on your landing pages, what to put in your ads, and there are 3 resources for you here. So the very first one is going to be the most valuable, and that is actually the Facebook ads library. So because of some things that have happened over on Facebook, they've added a tremendous amount of transparency as to what types of ads and who's running ads. And so all you have to do is go to a page that you'd like to see if they're running ads and what their ads are, and then you can scroll down on the left-hand side of their fan page and you can click to see all with in the transparency box. And then when that pop-up comes, you'll scroll down and you'll be able to click to see all the ads that you're running. And so once you get to a page that looks similar to this, you can actually just keep scrolling down and see all the ads and ad variations that someone has been running. And you can also scroll all the way back to the top. Let's just say we want to see what ads Tai Lopez is running this week, right? So we can go ahead and type in Tai Lopez, and then we can see all the different ad variations that are being run right now. And then you can also click on them, which is absolutely crazy. So not only can you see the ads that are running, you can see all the different variations, but you can also click on them, and right there you can enter your name and email and start going through other people's funnels to get ideas and understanding of who their customers are and what type of sales copy and what type of funnels are actually working. So that's the biggest resource for actually figuring out how to reverse engineer other people's funnels. Obviously not copying them and not condoning that, but just figuring out what's working and who is being targeted with other people's funnels. Now, the second resource that I have for you is called swiped.co, and this is a website that not only has a large library of old sales letters and ads and landing pages, but it also covers multiple niches and industries, and there is also some commentary on each one. So not only do you get the information, but you also get some analysis so you can better understand why copy was written a certain way. And it's really cool that you can actually see some before and after, so you can see how things have improved. It's a tremendous resource when you're just getting started with your copywriting and funnels. The final one I have for you is the Wayback Machine. So let's say you use that Facebook technique and you found a landing page or site and you want to see old versions of it. Well, you can drop that into the Wayback Machine. It's just archive.org, and you'll be able to see previous versions of it. Now, sometimes this doesn't always work because landing page URLs change constantly, but if you're able to get it to work, you'll actually be able to see history of other people's sales funnels. So with that, you have 3 solid resources for drawing inspiration. Let's go ahead and talk about what our new funnel looks like. So in this particular case study, we are doing a modified webinar funnel. So a traditional webinar funnel would look something like this diagram. We have a registration page, then we have a confirmation page where they get their date and time of their webinar, then they finally show up and hopefully they buy. If they don't, we send them to a replay, and then hopefully they buy, and if they don't, we send them to something else that we just won't talk about, just a general broadcast sequence on our email list, and then we might have an upsell or 2 before they ultimately get to whatever they paid for. Now, our modified version is built as just a on-demand training. So we remove that webinar element of it, but we still have a video that is just as long as a webinar. So driving traffic from Google and YouTube, they go to our registration or opt-in page, and then they immediately get to see the training as opposed to having to show up at some arbitrary time to watch it. And then, of course, if they enjoyed enough, hopefully they buy, but 99.9% of people won't. So we need to follow up with them via email and send them to a replay page that also eventually links back to our shopping cart where we have 1 upsell, and then they ultimately get the implementation program that they purchased. And so this is how our new funnel looks, and we're thinking that it's going to be really, really nice to show you how to use, because it takes a lot of the tech headache out, because we're only using 3 pieces of software. So here are the 3 pieces of software that we're using. For the landing page, for sending the emails, and for the sales pages, we are using MailerLite. So if you want to see how to actually put together this part of the funnel, I'll link up in the cards and the description to this video that actually walks click by click exactly how to put together that landing page, that sales page, and set up some of those automations. And then for our shopping cart, we are using Thrivecart. Now, Thrivecart is a great piece of software that actually recently got an awesome update. You can do upsells and downsells. You do have some customization on the checkout pages now where you didn't in the past. So if you've seen one of my reviews where I was slamming Thrivecart for that, well, I have to take that back now because you can modify the checkout pages now. And then finally for our course, we are using Teachable. It was really close between Tweetable. It was really close between Teachable and Thinkific, but we ultimately just decided to go with Teachable due to some basic integration things. So that does it for what our funnel looks like. And then that does it for the 3 pieces of software that we're using. It's showing that you don't have to be complicated here. It really is this simple. It really can be this simple. So now let's go ahead and go through each one of our funnel pages. So here's what our landing page looks like. This is the first page in our funnel. It's the top of our funnel. You can see it's very, very basic. We just have a graphic of some YouTube revenue from this channel, and then we have a headline, subheadline, and a couple of bullet points and an About Me section, and some testimonials that definitely need to be updated, and that is it. So we'll see how this particular landing page does. It's a little outside of what the design that we normally use. If you've been watching this channel for any length of time, you know that this is the design that I typically go with. So we'll see if this longer form and adding the extra elements actually does anything. And of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button because in a future vlog, I'll be diving through exactly how this funnel performed. Now, the next page in our funnel is actually another quote unquote landing page from MailerLite. We just use it as a sales page. And so as you can see here, it's a very basic page. It just has the name of the webinar, or not the webinar, the on-demand training. Got to get out of the habit of saying that. Of the on-demand training, and then the video itself. When you are doing videos like this, it's very important that you set your thumbnail to say click play, because it's not really a good idea to have your videos autoplay anymore, because most browsers will just block the audio, and then when someone clicks, they're gonna have missed the audio. So just having a thumbnail saying play will let people know that they need to click, and then because they clicked, the browser won't stop the audio. And then if they decide to purchase, there's actually a timed button. So this was something that one of our developers came up with. I personally don't have any idea how they figured that out. That was my business partner and the developer. They did that fancy thing, so that's cool. And then that will link to our checkout. So our checkout using Thrivecart, we actually have it as a pop-up. So as you can see here, it's just a very basic pop-up, a couple bullet points about what they're about to receive, and then they enter their information, and that will take them over to a upsell page, which I can't show for privacy reasons here, and then it goes to our Teachable site, ultimately where they get either the upsell they purchased or just the implementation program. And that is the entire funnel. So I hope this has been encouraging to you, because as you can see, there's nothing super complicated about anything we just went through. I mean, that landing page is pretty basic. We just used one of their templates. The sales page is, well, the webinar took forever to put together, but in terms of the tech around it, it's just a page with a video. And as long as the video delivers value and can show the value of your product or service, you're good to go. And then of course, using Thrivecart and Teachable, it is an absolute breeze to set up all that stuff. Not an ounce of HTML, unless you wanted to be fancy with the button showing up timed with the Vimeo video, but you can find that on Stack Overflow apparently. So go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for future videos on updates on how this funnel does, and more deep dive real world case studies like this one, along with click-by-click tutorials to show you how to actually set up this funnel. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dive videos just like this one, and until the next, keep building the business you love.